Hi everyone, welcome to part 2. I am going to link the part 1 video below. That video is all about this leather cover. If you're interested in more details about that, I explain that in depth. Part 2 will be all about the inside of this, which is my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. So this is the July through December, so it's, the second half of the year. And I ended up getting this in June, and I started using it in June 8th to be exact. I will do a flip through of all of this. So I was heavily inspired by Mitts and also Robin at Talks from the Heart. She actually has been doing this type of memory keeping for a while now. And of course, she influenced me. We talk all the time, and she's always gushing about how much she loves journaling this way. So, of course, that just kind of like infected me, and I knew I had to try it myself. So I will link the video where I talk about this, but this is my photo journal, which I started in November of 2019, and I was supposed to use it all this year. This just did not pan out, and the excuse I kept giving myself was that my printer broke, so I could not print out the photos like I had intended. But for some reason, I did not have any motivation to fix my printer and continue to work on this. But as soon as I set this up, I went and spent a few hours fixing my printer and got it to start remotely printing photos again. So I thought that was very telling that this was obviously not working out, but this was definitely a better fit. And this takes more work than this setup did. So I thought that was weird. But anyway, this poor little thing, I carry it around like I'm always gonna work on it, but it just didn't work out. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, this says Memory 2020, and obviously I have decorated this. I used my scrapbook paper. I actually think Robin gave me this scrapbook paper as well, but I was saving this paper because it's so beautiful. So I was excited to use it on here because I know that I will be in this book for 6 whole months and I'll get to enjoy it for a really long time. What I ended up doing was covering this on the front and then wrapping it around to the inside here. As you can see, I love putting papers on the inside, so I thought that this would be a perfect way to use up as much of this paper as I could. I do have this folder. This is a Midori folder. I recently got this off an Etsy shop, and I will link everything in the description. This is Midori brand, and Midori is one of my favorite brands. And this shop actually carries some really rare Midori products that aren't normally accessible in the United States. So this is so fun because there are different layers here, and they each have images on them that add to the total image, which is, man, that's so fun. So I have this folder in here just to catch extra ephemera that I use in here. This is a Katie Daisy sticker. I actually just adhered it to the plastic sleeve on the inside here. I love that. My family loves to go camping, and this is such a big vinyl sticker. I knew I had to have it, so I put that there. I have some wood scrapbook paper here, my trusty chalkboard labels that I get from Hobby Lobby. That's what I used here. And I had to have my mushroom girls. This is a sticker from WaWaStationery on Etsy. I actually have a Katie Daisy sticker here as well. It's kind of blended in and hidden. This moth just happens to have the exact same colors as this scrapbook paper. And when I put it on here, I love how it's kind of this little secret. I don't know. I showed Robin this and she was like, yeah, I saw the moth. That was the first thing I saw when you showed it. So I don't know. Let me know if you saw the moth when I opened this up. So I have my Oli clip. I did get suckered and taken in by the Floral Oli Clips. This is the English Rose one right here. This is the the peony one. I also got the purple one, but it's not in here. I couldn't find a way to incorporate it. So then I just have some WaWaStationery stickers here, a Katie Daisy postcard. I adhered some map vellum here. This is from Hobby Lobby. And then I used my last name die cut there. I'll link that shop as well. So that is all the decor that I have just on the inside here. But I love it. I have a Midori clear cover on here. I usually use Mod Podge to seal in, you know, my white gel pen and everything, but I knew I had this clear cover, so I put it on here to kind of hold everything in and protect all the decoration that I put on here. And I will actually store it in this cover when I'm done with it as well. I'm really hoping that I continue to finish this throughout the end of the year. So I'll do a flip through and kind of tell you how I'm using it. This, I actually think I'm going to use this for some form of self-care. I don't have anywhere I'm documenting that, so I'm waiting on some stickers as well, and I think they might fit here as like a monthly overview. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get to that whenever I get those stickers. So for the months, I don't have anything yet as well, but I am actually planning to track weather here. I'm waiting on those stickers as well, but I think it would just be nice and simple to stick a sticker down there and have that be that. I spend a lot of time on the daily pages, so I want to make sure that I don't make anything else too complicated in here. For the weeklies, I'm actually currently using these as overflow pages. So right now, when I get cards or like a graduation announcement, I'm actually just keeping those on the weekly pages, and I'm ignoring the dates and the labels on here. I'm just using this as overflow space. So if I have extra photos that don't fit on one of the daily pages, I will pick the best ones that highlight the day and use them on the daily space. And then all of the extra photos that I have of the day, I will put them on one of these overflow pages, and I'll date it and everything. And then I'll also just make a note on the daily page that there's overflow in the week section. So I'm working on that. I actually have some ephemera that needs to be filled out here. But yeah, so this is kind of what the weeks look like. All right, what I ended up doing also, since this starts July the 1st, I counted backwards. So I think I left this to do something for the header of the month. But then I started counting backwards until the day that I received this. So I actually got this on June 8th, and I'm ignoring the weeklies, basically. So I'm treating these as dailies starting on June 8th. And what this is, since, you know, I've labeled this Memory 2020, this is an overview of the day. It's a highlight reel. So in my daily journal, I do write everything that happened during the day. But what I have found is it's getting very difficult for me to separate out the overview of the day and then all of my journal ramblings. So what'll happen is I'll say, okay, we started out the day my husband went fishing. And then that will make me think of some fishing stickers maybe that I bought. And then I will go off and ramble about stickers, and then maybe I'll get on Etsy, and then maybe I'll get on something completely different. So I go off on all these tangents because that's just how my brain works when I'm writing. I just kind of go with the flow, and I love writing like that. I don't want to change it. But what I find is when I want to go back and see what happened during the day, I have to sift through and filter all of my ramblings. And this has been so huge in being able to flip to a day and see all of the highlights and everything that happened and what kind of day it was. And I love that. Robin kept telling me that that was such a selling point for her, that she gets to just see the entire day on one page. And because I was getting frustrated trying to hunt for that information in my daily journal, that really appealed to me as well. And it has worked out magnificently. So also in here, I get to use, ephemera from packages that I receive, and they're on the appropriate day. I've got a lot of fishing stickers, so when my husband does go fishing, I can use those. I do not use appropriate stickers in my journal. I don't know where my writing is going to take me. I don't know what thoughts are going to come out, so it's very difficult for me to incorporate a sticker when I'm on that topic. So I tend to just lay down random stickers and then write to my heart's content. But you can tell that doesn't really lend itself to using appropriate stickers. This setup is where that really shines, and I love it. So I got a lot of orders this day, packages and lots of happy mail and stuff. And I'm loving how it turns out, because I was finding that when I got something like this is from Paper Penguin Co., it would just be like a random sticker in my journal, and it wouldn't be until 2 pages later that I was actually getting to talking about this order that I received. So journaling that way wasn't really working out as I had hoped in my daily journal. But like I said, it's really working out in here so well. Also, I am really bad at using watercolors and any other kind of colorful, creative writing instruments. My particular favorite things to embellish with are these Crayola Supertips. I've had these for like 2 years. And I got them out because I have my notes journal, and I'll link that video down below. But I was using my watercolors and these in my notes journal, and what I have found is I am really utilizing them in here. And that makes me so happy, because I really want to use these things because they are aging. So I want to get the most use out of them as possible before they all die on me. So I'm so glad that I use it in here. And I'm having fun using it in here, and I actually use it in here more than I use in my notes journal. And that was originally the plan for using all this stuff, was in that particular journal. So I'm glad it's working out even better in here. So like on this day, I ended up getting my Schaefer Tuckaway. It's one of my vintage pens. I will link that video below as well, where I talk about all of my vintage fountain pens. And it came with this really cool instructions of how to clean and fill this particular pen. So I pasted the whole thing in here and just kind of used it as a background, and then highlighted some of the other things that I did. And I have covered up some of the names and other sensitive stuff in here. So yeah, I'm really having so much fun in this. I mean, I've seen people use Hobonichis like this forever. It's so popular in this community, but I don't know. I never found the appeal until I tried it, until peer pressure from Robin, I suppose. And I'm so glad. I'm so grateful to her for kind of giving me the kick I needed to start doing this. You can probably tell there's not a lot of like small writing in here. I do all of my writing in my journal. So this is mostly hand lettering and really basic overviews of stuff. Like, I love this page so much, even though it's so plain and gray, but it was representing how irritated I was. There was like a 2-week span here where I was in a bad mood. And the antiquarian sticker book that has some really shady looking stickers, I found it to be super helpful. And I put my little, like, what is it, like a vampire squid or something, because it was me. This was me for 2 weeks, I swear. So I loved that. I love how it came out. And I am, printing out photos from my printer. I gave away my HP Sprocket photo printer. It doesn't work for me. It was so expensive. The quality wasn't even great, and I didn't want to invest in a better type of pocket printer because I can print them from my home computer and get pretty decent quality photos out of it. And what I do is I open up Word on my phone. I do this all on my phone, so it makes it so easy as well. And I will drag photos into a Word document, and you can resize them, and then I send it like through Bluetooth to my home printer, and it prints out the whole sheet. All I do is cut them out and then paste them in. And I love that I can pick the size that I want, and I can edit them and crop them and everything. It's just amazing. So I can tip in really big things like this, like my Starbucks bag. I love the A5 size because all of the big things that never fit in standard, like these things, they don't fit in my standard size. I'm in an A6 right now for my journal because I switch sizes in there all the time. This stuff isn't going to fit in there. So I love that I have this really big size that can hold all of these big things. So yeah, more photos. I'm using markers. I'm using all of my fountain pens also, which is super fun. I love using fountain pens. That is what I use exclusively in my daily journal, but I also incorporate them in here. My watercolors, I have never used watercolors so much. These are all of the watercolors I own. I have mostly designs by Beth on Etsy. I have like 10 Hydracolour. I have one random London Gifties that I got from a subscription box. And then this is a Rusee watercolor off Etsy. This is amazing. If I ever get down on any of these and I need to add some more to this palette, I'm definitely going to visit her shop and get some more because I love the way that this performs. But yeah, this is everything. My palette is full and I've had a lot of these for like over a year, and I really was needing to use them up, and boy have I been. So I'm so excited about that. So we'll keep flipping through here, just more photos. Sometimes I'll add some description to explain what these photos are for. Continuing to use stickers. My hand lettering resume is not that impressive. I don't really have a bunch of styles that I switch into, but I love doing what I can do. So I'm having a lot of fun doing all of the hand lettering in here. And like these photos, I just kind of tipped in like this. I have more photos of this day. This is when we were around Destin, Florida. So I'm probably gonna end up putting like a little note here that the rest of the photos are going to be on such and such page in the weekly section. And this page as well. We were at Crab Island, and I have a ton more photos of this day. So yeah, every day is different. I love messing around with different colors and different themes of stuff. Like when we were driving home after that vacation, we ate at Whataburger. My husband loves Whataburger because he's from Texas and he kind of grew up on it, and where we currently live, we don't have it. So we made sure we ate there at least twice on our like 4-day trip. So I saved a wrapper and used that as a background. And you know, when I do YouTube videos, I will print out the thumbnail that I have and use that to document, you know, that's what happened that day. And let's see, so sometime, even when it's a boring day, like something like this, I wrote boring, I was feeling a little ill, and I just did a lot of laundry, and me and my kids made some homemade caramel. But it's just about filling up the space and playing with fonts and materials and just having a lot of fun. This has been really what I needed. I really needed to have something like this in my life. I don't work on this every single day. I'm pretty good about keeping up with it. But like, for example, when we were on vacation, I brought this with me, but it wasn't something that I was working on every day. I actually, when I came home, I was playing catch up with this. But in general, I haven't left it more than a day behind. So then I'll do like two days at one sitting. But I really like doing it. So I look forward to making time to do this every day. And because I'm not doing a lot of long form journaling, this isn't taking up a lot of time. You know, I'm playing with my colors, writing out big words, and that's kind of it. So that's it. That's all I have so far. Today is the 29th when I'm filming this. So I'll have the 29th and the 30th, and then it will go into July, and I'll actually be using actual daily pages finally. So that's this and how I am using that. And I'll go through what I have in this pocket here. So I was struggling a lot with what I was going to use in here. And what I finally figured out was that the Jibun Techo, it's upside down. Where is it? Yeah, it says Jibun Techo. This is the A5 Slim. So it's less wide than an A5, but I love this insert because it's meant to actually slip in. So you're not going to lose any pockets or anything here. It's made to be covered and be put away. So you have 3 card slots here, plus this entire zip pouch. And it's amazing. This is exactly what I was looking for. And I like that it's not full A5 size, because I did get some A5 size zip pouches and card holders and things, but what I found was when this was closed, the full A5 size would get caught in this bend and it would really start curving in. So I really needed something that was shorter or less wide. And this size just fits perfectly. It lays amazingly well in here, and that's exactly what I was wanting. And this, because it's not like a traveler's notebook insert, it's sealed flat right here. So it doesn't want to flip open like this. And it's such a little detail, but I really love that because when it's in here and I flip this open, it automatically folds down like that. And then I can just see my whole setup like this. And I don't know, it's a really little detail, but apparently it matters to me. So I have stickers in here. These are some of the fish stickers I have from Wawa, more fish stickers, you know, because when my husband fishes, I love to add those into my daily pages. I have some other Wawa stickers in here. These are just some food stickers that are pretty cute. So I'm keeping those in here as well. And like I said, I do have some more stickers on the way from Etsy, and I'm going to arrange those in here when I get them. I'm excited about that. I have a random sticker sheet here. I think that's from Robin. Put that there. And then this is another Midori folder. It's the exact same type of folder as this. So this one is floral, so you can see it has different floral layers, and when they're all together, they kind of add up to the whole page. These are so fun. I just really love them. So these are the overflow photos. So this is one day of photos, and then the next slot is the other day. So I'm keeping them in here, so when I get around to working in the overflow section, I will have those ready, and they're separated out by day, so it'll be easy for me to start working on those when I get around to it. But yeah, that is my whole setup. Did I cover everything? Yeah, that's how I'm using it to document my memories, my daily memories. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm always inspired by you all that share your Hobonichi Cousin Avecs. I know a lot of people are doing this for One Book July, so I'm having so much fun watching all of your videos and seeing your posts on Instagram. It's very, very inspiring. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.